Yes. Happy New Day. Sarah Richardson, massage therapist, cheerleader for the divine. I have on Love Frequency for my favorite day, 528. Woo woo. Love Frequency by listening to Smile. You can find them on Bandcamp. Love Frequency is all 528, so it's one of my favorite tracks. One of my favorite compilations. Ooh. How are you feeling today? Root chakra, baby. 396 hertz. That's the healing frequency for the root. Cheers if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. Get a journal. Write out everything that comes up with it, right? It's the red. The root is the red. It's under my watch, my bracelet. It's in your hips. It's related to the crown. So they're in a direct relationship, right? I'm going to get real nerdy on you guys. I tell everybody, I look way cooler than I really am. The crown is a 936 hertz. The root is 396 hertz. There's no coincidence in those numbers, right? The simple things. The simple things. Softening up in a hard world. How do we connect? How do we act? Do we just do it? Right? Today's a really, really great day. A lot of people don't feel that way. The energy lately has been really weird. I'm letting my cat outside. She's loving it. Energy in motion. A lot of people talk to me about feelings and emotions, right? And I don't think that they realize that we're not supposed to hold on to our feelings, right? It's like there's a lot of people out here hoarding feelings. You can let them go. You're always going to remember, trust, and believe that, right? And we especially hold on to the really, really hard ones. And so a lot of people ask me, well, Sarah, how do I release them? You talk about this release. You say, I can't just let go. How do I do it? I do it with frequency. So when I need to release my emotions, I use frequencies. I get energy work sessions. I get body work done to help me release things. We store them in our energy body. We store them in our physical body. This stuff is really, really real. Holler if you hear me. You know, the root is multitasking, right? So a lot of people have a hard time on a Tuesday. Why? Because multitasking might be a little bit difficult for them. You gotta just make it work how you make it work. You know, if I tell you the things I do, you might look at me like, no, I can't do it that way. I get it. How do you move it? How do you move your body? How do you move your emotions? How do you move through things in your life? A lot of how we connect shows out in how we act, right? So whatever you want to call it, God, source, creator, universe, whatever, love, I just say love, right? So how we connect to love, it shows out in how we act, right? So are we waiting for a savior, or are we kind of here to do it? I'm here to do it. I am, right? So the root is the I am. I am safe. I am strong. I am resilient. I am flexible. I am a multitasker, right? So if these are things that you're looking for in your life, speak that into you. You know, we have the power within us to speak anything we want into our lives. It's just, do we do it? Do we actually put the energy in motion? You see my videos, you write down a few things, but do you do it? Do you do it? Because it's doing it. Root work is doing it. Something. Do something. Do you care what people think of you? That's been a really big thing for me, right? For a long time, I cared so much about what people thought about how I connected, what people thought about what I did, right? That gets you off track from how you connect and what you do. So dig into that question a little bit. Do I care? Do I care what people think of me? Do I care how people think of how I connect to source? Do I care how people think about the way that I act, right? They say, oh, Sarah, you can't be this, this, and this, and do this, this, and this. Sure I can, because I do it, right? But for a long time, I'd be like, oh, shit, they might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know. Doing root work is what makes you get really, really, really firm in this stuff, right? Cleanliness. Cleanliness is right up there next to godliness, right? And we all get messy sometimes, right? We all fall off. The house gets messy. The car gets messy. The things get messy. Coming into a Tuesday, it kind of pushes you a little bit. Like, you want to clean up? 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 That's how I've been feeling. So, like, working up to a Tuesday, I really been pulling out a lot of stuff. I really been getting down, right? And don't message me and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so messy right now. Take action. Just do it. Clean up. Clean up your life. Clean up the inside of your body. What do you need to work on? If it's your emotions that you got to work on, clean them up. If you're mental, you got to work on, clean it up. If it's your spirit you got to work on, clean it up. If it's your emotions, clean it up. It's up to us to do it. No one's going to come down from the sky, right? It looks like somebody might today, but no one's going to come down from the sky and be like, hey, let me help you clean up your house. Hey, let me help you clean up your emotions. Hey, let me help you clean this up, right? It's up to us. So a lot of people don't have energy when the root is off, right? Little bits, right? If you don't have energy, just clean your kitchen up a little bit. Tidy it up. Clean up your bathroom real quick. Junk drawer, quick, closet, quick, something quick, just to start busting away, right? As we start chipping away at these little things, then it gets easier, it gets lighter, the energy gets lighter, and you find you have more energy, right? So that's what you do. When you're sitting in a pile of doo-doo and you're like, shit, I'm sitting in a pile of doo-doo, I don't know what to do. Just do something. Do something. Energy and motion. You want to make a motion, right? So, like I was saying, the kitchens are important. The bathrooms are so important. Is your toilet clean, right? How about, did you take a good poop today? That's really fucking important. People are like, I'm not talking about that. Everybody shits. Closets. Do you clean out your closets? Laundry. Do you have laundry that needs done? Do it. Bills that need paid. Do you need to get to the bank, right? Paperwork. All the things that you're like, I really don't want to do that. I just want to have fun. Do it. You'll feel better. Your energy will be lighter. Things will be lighter, right? Did I just want to sort through a big stack of bills and pay a big chunk of money? No, not really. I'd rather take another vacation, right? But the root is paying my bills, right? Making sure I have a solid foundation is doing those things, cleaning my home, cleaning out things. It feels lighter in my home when I clean it out. It feels lighter in my body when I pay my bills. It works like that, right? So I want to talk about a few funny, tricky things, right? So we have people out here mimicking vibrations, right? Today's the 528, guys. It's my favorite day ever. I celebrate 528 like it's my birthday, my baby's birthday, my mom's birthday, my dad's birthday, right? So, mimicking vibrations. People mimic vibrations unintentionally, right? Because they're coming from an old vibration that they are trying to change, right? And they're trying to get into a new vibration. So from that old vibration, they really don't have anything to go off of, right? So what they do is they find someone that they like their vibe and they start to mimic that vibration to get them into a new vibration, which is super dope, right? If you're a coach, if you're an energy worker, if you have good vibes, you might tend to see this a lot, people mimicking your vibe. it's a really tough place for a creative, right? Because we ground in deep to create what we love, right? And that takes work. We clean up, we organize our messes, we get close to what needs nurtured, and then we get that creativity out. That takes so much work, right? So when someone is mimicking, it can feel like copycat energy, right? Like, oh my gosh, like I worked so hard to get this little piece right here, and so-and-so's just riding off my vibe. Air condition is freezing outside. Everyone's different. Everybody vibes different, right? So that copy energy is like an ooh energy, but I want you guys to think of it as be humble about it, right? Be thankful about it, because they're copying you because they sense love in your frequency, right? They're mimicking you because you drip love your way, right? Which is super dope. It feels good to them. Your vibration feels good to them, so they want to mimic that. They're coming from what doesn't feel good into what they're trying to create, and your vibration inspires them, right? So that's really cool. You seem fun, you seem happy, you seem like you're flowing, right? That's all good things. They might not always have the words for it. They're just like, I like that vibe, I'm gonna go roll with that. So then they try to listen to what you listen to, eat what you eat, do what you do, and that helps them. That's helped me a lot in shadow work. You know, I didn't always know shadow work, or that I was doing shadow work, right? And so like a lot of going in the shadows and grounding in, bare feet in nature, in the water, putting water on myself, right? I have to ground all the time with my work, and many of us should. So if you have like a tough job, whether it's the people that you deal with, the systems that you deal with, whatever, grounding in helps. It helps to, you know, get out all of the things, bring fresh energy into yourself, right? And there's so many different ways to do it. You can close your eyes, take a breath, sink some roots down into the ground. You can take your shoes off, you can walk in the grass, you can sit out in nature, you can listen to the 528, you can listen to the 396. You can do it however you want. You can put mud on your face, right? They can't steal the glow, right? So people can mimic. That's what they do. That's what they're doing, right? But they can't steal your glow. So for all my creatives out there that are feeling some mimicky energy, be thankful, give thanks, right? And just know that no one's going to steal your glow. That if you did the root work, if you cleaned it all up, if you organized it all out, they can only mimic you so far. That's it, right? And sometimes it is a little bit frustrating, but just wish them well and then get busy doing something that you love. Be honored. The work that you've done shines out. So if you have someone out here mimicking you, talking like you, trying to be like you, do the things that you do, be thankful, right? Because that means that the work you're doing is working. You know, it's not that we do this so people do mimic us, right? We do it for us. I keep getting like a breeze of my incense. So we have mimickers, and then we have energy suckers. Big difference, family. This has been coming up a lot too. I did my message early this morning before I even talked to anybody, and I've just been seeing a lot of this online so far. You can feel the difference. Some only stay around to suck your energy up, right? Has anyone ever experienced that? Somebody sucking your energy out, energy vampire, right? What do they call them? What else do they call them? If you have another name, throw it on here. It's that yick energy, right? Whenever the person leaves from around you, you kind of feel yicky, right? You'll feel tired, you'll feel exhausted, drained dealing with them, right? But, oh my gosh, my heart's so big, I just want to love everybody. It doesn't work like that. That's not friendly mimicking. That is sucka. That's sucka energy. They just come, they suck out the energy, they don't do any of the work, they mimic the words, they mimic what you do. Inside of them doesn't match the outside. It's up to us to feel what's going on. Is someone just mimicking your energy because they're trying to come into a new vibration? Or is somebody trying to suck the life out of you? It happens. It happens. Hi, sis. It's been so long since I've been able to catch you live. I call this... oh, it must be... I get on someone's nerves. Ooh, they're coming up my throat. They can't, though. Take my shoes off. I let the suckers watch me. I keep my whole shit public. There we go. Got my feet on the earth. I love you, buddy. I love you so much. Succubus, I fucking love it. We have them out here. We have them out here. I just went through it big, huge, for a while. Long time. Until I remembered that I had full control. And so that's what I'm here to remind you guys today. We have full control. It's up to us to feel what we feel, process that, and take action or don't, right? So don't come to me and say, oh, well, so-and-so, Crunchy, you leave that baby bunny alone. Hey, girl. Crunchy. Hold on, I have to save it. Nope. She's trying to eat a baby bunny, guys. I'm changing the vibe. No, you can't get her. You gotta leave her alone. She's just enjoying her lunch. We have baby bunnies out here. My cat is trying to get one. I mean, I guess, right? It's real life, but I wouldn't be able to take it. You can kick the energy suckers out of your life. In the name of love, of course, right? And it's tough. If you have an energy sucker in your life, somebody that you love, care about, care what they've been through, it can be very tough to kick them out of your life, right? We've all been there. However, it's up to you. You have to. You can't blame. Nobody else can get these people and remove them from your life, right? You hear a lot about it in bad relationships. You hear a lot about it in families. You hear a lot about it in workplaces, right? It's up to you. There's always a move that can be made, right? So people say, well, I don't know what to do. Well, you've got to ground in. And you've got to see what's going to be right for you. Because what's right for me might not be right for you. And that's okay, right? Crunchy, you're not going to hurt that bunny. Some people don't know how to go in. And I get it. And that's why I talk about all of these things, right? That's why I say, turn on the vibrations. It helped me so much go into me. They don't know how to clean it up. You know, just start anywhere. You know, if you have a messy table, start there. If you have a messy bedroom, go there. If it's your closet, go there. Dishes in the sink, get them. Bills that need paid, get it, right? Get it. Just do it. That's why I wore my Nike shirt today. Some people don't know how to create their own shit. So that's why they ride you. That's it, right? They ride you, but they can't figure out why they can't get to where you are because it takes fucking work, right? So if somebody's out here mimicking and copying you or whatever, and it seems like they're coming up, universal law is only going to let that last so long. That's it. They get high off of you. You know, when you are a vibe on your own, when your internal vibration is lit, people get high off of you. People love to be around you. Right now, people love to be Crunchy. Don't you get that, bunny? You know, and that's a compliment. When people love to be around you, that's a great feeling, right? It's a great feeling until you meet an energy sucker. But I think if you meet an energy sucker, you needed to learn more about boundaries. You needed to learn more about you, right? I think that's why I went through it just recently. But that's why you feel depleted, because they get high off you, they suck your energy, and they don't bring anything else back to you, right? So a mimicker's not going to do that. A mimicker's just going to mimic and hang around you because your vibration feels good and they want to learn, right? An energy sucker, an energy vampire is going to drain you, deplete you, have you exhausted. Give me a heart if you felt that before. That's root work, man. I mean, we've all been there. If you're saying that you've not been there, you got some work to do probably, right? Love says that we don't gotta be so nice all the time, right? So a lot of people are like, oh yeah, but I know that they are just destroying me, but I'm nice. My heart just cares so much about them. Put you first. People do need other people, but not everyone is for us, right? My mom-in-law is my succubus. So it's been challenging because that's my guy's mom. I finally had a chance to have a conversation about boundaries and exactly how I feel about our relationship. Ooh, that was hard, but so necessary. Hard conversations come up in this, right? So, with my energy sucker, I had to have a lot of hard conversations, and I kept having these hard conversations, and I would get ready for them, and then I would have them, and then it would be like, yeah. Well, that's what energy suckers do a lot. They don't always receive the message, right? So there are different levels to this. Sometimes it happens like Betty, where they receive the message and they kind of get the point, but they don't really know how to stop. So it's up to us to put up boundaries, put up protection, ground in, keep your protection up when you're around these people. And sometimes you have to just really disconnect. That's what I had to do. Like, bye. No more conversations. You're not receiving me. I can't do it anymore. I'm fucking on the floor, right? That's how I knew. I knew that it wasn't right when I was on the floor because my normal energy is up, right? Every time I was around this one particular person, I was fucking drained out. I didn't even have enough time for my work, my love, everything I love, right? Yes, sis, I fucking love you. It's up to us to handle us. They try to ride someone else's wave. Are you trying to ride someone else's wave? Are you trying to wait for someone to come in and save you from this, what's going on? It's windy. There's a sign. Do it. Just do it. Have the conversation. If the conversation isn't received, be brave enough to just cut them out. Cut them out. You don't need an energy sucker. Love doesn't be so sucked out that you're dead. That's not what love wants for us to do here, right? Love wants us to love ourselves and choose ourselves and put us first. And then everything else just falls into place, just like root work, right? You clean it up and then things just fall into place. That's why people will call me about these big things that they have going on. And I'm like, okay, let's ground it. And they're like, what? This is so important. And I'm like, okay, let's clean your kitchen. They're like, fuck, Sarah, I hate how you do this, but it's so real. And it works. And I wouldn't say it to someone unless it worked, especially in your hardest time. Come on, man, I'm love, right? Energy suckers and mimickers need to learn what they need to learn, how they need to learn it, right? And it's not always up to us to teach the lesson or give the lesson or have, right? We might be a part of the lesson, right? If they're in our lives and it's affecting us, we're a part of the lesson. But all the love in the world can't fix other people. So please know that. If you're a big-hearted helper like me, you can love the shit out of somebody and it won't fix them. They need to figure it out on their own. And sometimes the best way that these energy suckers figure out things on their own is when you disconnect. When you leave them where you found them, right? Because then they really have to figure it out. They got high, right? They got high off of you and they're like, what is that? And then you cut that off and then they need to find that on their own. And trust me, they will want to, okay? So if you want to, I thought you had an animal. If you want to help someone and truly, really, really, really help someone that you have in your life that is doing this, if you shut off from them in the name of love, it does help them. Being loved doesn't mean we have to be someone's doormat. Lately, I've been all about accountability. And if they don't respect my boundaries, I move on and wish them well. In the name of love. Yes. being loved does not mean that we are doormats. It does not mean come in here and fuck my life all up and I'm just gonna make you dinner. That's not how I operate over here. Accountability is it, right? Just like I have to be accountable for the things that I do in my life, I hold people accountable for the things they do in their lives. That's what root work is. So when people come to me to do root work, we're getting real fucking accountable. All right, what is going on in your life, right? And they'll say, oh, well, this person's doing this and this at my job and this at my kids and everything. All right, now take it all in. You have to take responsibility for your own life. When you take responsibility for your own life, it's easy to hold other people accountable, right? And yeah, you can get so far and then get another lesson, right? That's because it always goes deeper. You go deep inside. I might just be like this little body or whatever, but inside it goes hella deep, just like in you. It's up to them just like it's up to us. They got to do it just like you got to do it. So if you've done a lot of root work, if you've done a lot of shadow work, you don't feel that bad. They can't skip. They can't skip a spot. They can't. It just doesn't work like that. You have to get all of you. You have to get in there. You have to face all your shadows, all your fears, all the things that have been tucked down in your lineage, in your ancestrals, right? No one has it easier than the next, fam. None of us have it easier than the next. We all come from an ancestor's lineage that hurts. We all come from hurt, trauma, pain, things tucked down. That's why a lot of us have really tight hips, right? That's why a lot of us have really tight psoas muscles. That's why a lot of us are afraid to take action in our lives, right? They meet somebody like me and they call me a devil or a demon or something like that, but I'm real. I'm real as hell. If you're having problems, clean up your fucking life. They don't like to hear that. They like somebody to say, oh, well, just donate money to the church and somebody will come down and save you. What? Take care of home. That's what root work is all about. Take care of home. Take care of home, right? Don't sit around waiting for a savior. Do not do that. Do not do that. I don't get into that, right? So I'm a minister. I don't do it like that. Oh, he went in, Crunch. Come here. Oh, my girl. She wanted to go in the house. I think of Jesus as my homeboy, right? And I think that Jesus was really trying to show us stuff through the stories, right? Girl, it's stuck in our bodies, but running from it keeps it stored in there. I learned this from you. I love you. Yes, it does get stuck in our bodies, right? It literally gets stuck in the physical tissue. I can feel it. Like when I massage people and I have them breathe and do certain things, they're like, oh my gosh, oh, I can't believe it. I mean, it's very physically present in the body, right? It's not like some mystical, magical thing like you can touch and feel, right? So if you have a problem speaking up, your neck is normally really stiff, right? If you have problems with confidence, your guts and your digestive system are probably jacked up. If you have problems with your feelings and your emotions, you feel that down low in the belly, guts, stuff like that, right? If you have problems in your root, if you felt unsafe in this life, if you've gone through physical trauma in the root, right, you're going to hold that in your hips. So when I go get massages, my hips hurt the worst. Anyways, back to my homeboy, Jesus, right? I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I was always fascinated by Jesus, like a nerd, right? But I saw it all very, very different. Almost like that one movie, The Shack, right? I almost saw it like just like that. A lot of the things, right? But Jesus was trying to show us how to take action in our own lives, right? So Jesus went away for a long time and he studied all the chakras, all the Eastern ways, right? I love that dude, right? He's showing us how to be a master builder of our own lives. Jesus was a master carpenter, master builder, right? Who gives a fuck what other people think? Do you think that to do all of the things that Jesus was doing, that he was giving a fuck what anybody thought about him? I doubt it, right? Had to keep trucking, right? They were throwing stones at him. They were lynching him in the streets, right? He just kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going. Never think that you're better than somebody, right? So Jesus would get down with the poor man and rub his feet. That's amazing to me. Even if they attack you, keep being you, right? Resurrection, right? The rebirth, all of those things. Stick strong to what you love. Please stick strong. We don't need Jesus to get to God. Love, right? I don't believe that. I really don't believe that you have to call on Jesus to get to God, because I just go straight to source, right? I love Jesus. I love the teachings of Jesus. However, in the way that I learned love, I just go straight to source. It's up to us to do like Jesus and work it. See, Jesus to me is like one of the biggest things about root work, right? We build it. We are the master builders of ourselves. This is our body, our God body, and it is up to us to build our lives the way we feel it in our hearts, right? And you are so worth it. You are worth it. Who cares what people think about how you believe? This was a big one for me for a lot of years, right? You feel it. You feel the effects of it. So how you believe affects how you feel, right? And only you can feel that. So why give a shit about anybody else? Oh, I don't want to upset so-and-so. I get it, right? But if so-and-so really just loves you for you, they won't care how you believe. Can you be guided by the inside of you, right? So this love is trying to shine out from inside of you. It's not like an outside thing coming in to save you. It's inside of you already trying to burst out, right? So can you be guided by the inside of you? So tune into your heart. Does that give you inspiration to take action in your life? Because that's what root work is, right? It's not that I'm like this crazy strong person that like faces all these shadows like pew pew in the name of love, right? The love inside of me helps me to sit with these things and nurture these things and build my base so I feel safe and protected in my own self, with my own self, right? And this imaginary energy, right? that I can't see, but I can feel. Can you shut out what others think of you? That is the most important part of root work, right? Because a lot of times what's going on in the root is that our ancestors were trying to fit in. They were in sticky situations and they weren't trying to really make any waves, right? Now we're making waves because we're flowing, right? When you flow in the water, you make waves. Guys, I'm different than a lot of people. I'm a mermaid, I'm a healer, I'm a minister, I'm a barber, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. I work hard and I'm learning to chill hard, right? I make my own money how I want to make my money. I live the way I want to live. These are all things that I really cared what other people thought. I really cared that other people, oh, Sarah, you can't be a minister and cuss. What the fuck? Yes, I can. I just might not be the minister for you. Because the people that I minister to, we meet divinely. It's not about what you think about what I do. I have a job to do on this earth just like you have a job to do on this earth. If you ground in, you will truly understand that. At our core, we are who we are, but life and suffering stifles that inner being. I had this conversation with my son the other day. We must remember who we are and honor ourselves in the name of love, of course. Yes, at the core, the 528, my favorite day, right? At the core, we are who we are, right? And so much of that has been so covered up trying to fit in. Our ancestors were trying to fit in. Everybody's been trying to fit in. And now we're in this new vibration that says, be yourself, right? And everyone's like, I don't know what to do, right? Everybody says, oh, Sarah, I want to work for myself so bad. until they don't have someone telling them what to do and they don't get anything done. The bees love my vibe. Having conversations, Betty, about these things with our kids is the most important shit ever. Honor to you, Jay. You know, a lot of people don't like how I make my money. Fuck them. I don't care. It's up to me to like what I do, to make my money doing what I like to do, right? It's been a long road. So once you get so far in the road, you're like, I don't really care what you think or say about me, right? I live the way I want to live. I operate in my house the way I want to operate in my house. I mother my daughter the way I want to mother my daughter. I love my work, right? I smoke cigarettes and take minerals. I don't take vitamins, right? I eat raw and I eat meat. I don't care. I drink coffee and water. I pray and I cuss. I face my fears alone with love, right? I love to see people shine authentically. I love that. That's my favorite part of my work. I can only feel so bad for people because I do this work. I don't let folks suck out my energy. And when I find myself letting folks suck out my energy, I have to sit down and make a plan of how we're going to stop doing that. I love to collaborate, right? Which is why I attracted my tribe. You know, through trying to collaborate with everybody, I got beat around, right? I didn't give up because I want to collaborate. I just had to put people in their spot and then ground into what I wanted, and then I attracted my whole entire tribe. I'm genuine and raw at the same time. So my love is real, but my truth is real too. I don't blame my parents or my exes or anything for my hard times. I know it's up to me. I kick weird energy in the neck in the name of love. I don't have that shit to do. If you come around me and you're being fucking weird, I kick you out of my life in the name of love. It's not a physical kick. It's an energetic kick. Get the fuck out of here in the name of love. I'm learning to chill. And that has been one of the hardest things that I've ever learned in my life. You know, people are like, just chill. Just let it go. Well, tell somebody that's on go to fucking chill. See how it works out, right? I had to ground in a lot, and I had to see, why don't I chill? Why is chilling so fucking hard for me? Why? Like, I admire people that can chill. I try to be around people that chill just to like suck it up, mimic, right? I'm trying to mimic their chill because I have no chill, right? So that's what I was talking about with the mimicking and the energy suckers. We have two different things. I never want to take what anybody has or does, right? But in order for me to learn how to chill, I need to be around people that are like the masters of chill. This is how it works. I pour into my baby to show her how important it is to put her first. By moments that are really tricky and I have to put me first. By, you know, communicating, like Betty was talking about, very confusing, hard times, right? So that's another thing about the shadows and the hard times, you know, and you guys know from growing up, right? Whenever, you know, your mom or dad or something wasn't right, you say, what's wrong? Nothing. They'll never tell you. Why tell my baby? I'm like, look, I'm here, and I'm freaking out. It's giving me anxiety, right? And we got to figure out how to do something. Let's go swimming. Let's put our feet in the grass, right? I talk real to my baby, you know, for, of course, her age limit, right? But I keep it really real with her. If I had a really bad day, I'm like, look, sis, I had a bad day. We're going to order pizza. We're going to lay around and watch movies. Or I'm going to go clean out my car. Or let's do yoga. Or let's drink some water and eat some watermelon or something, right? Everything, it's always different. But I talk real to my baby. I don't try to sugarcoat the hard times. I mean, she was just with me the other day. I do some death doula work, and somebody very special to me was getting ready to transition, and I had True, and I didn't have anywhere to take her, and so I said, look, sis, this is where we're going. This is what we're about to do. And she was amazing. She was amazing. A lot of times our babies are afraid of things because we're afraid of them, right? So when you teach your baby to walk up to the fears, when you share that with your baby, that you walk up to your fears, even though you don't know what the fuck to do, I never know what I'm doing when I'm facing the fears, right? All I can show her is how I just go up to it, how I call in love to sit with me in it, right? And how I figure that all out. Every time is very different. I'm quick to cut off some bullshit. Quick. Sometimes too quick. I've been too quick to cut off bullshit. That's why sometimes I let some bullshit linger around, because I'm like, fuck, do I cut it off or do I linger it? I don't know what to do. It's not about the right choice. It's about trying things, experimenting with yourself till you figure it out. I love that. I didn't do that with my kids when they were little. It wasn't common. As adults, they feel like they can't measure up to mom's strength. Yes. I love you, Betty. I wish I would have let them see that I'm human and struggled. And I do it now, even though they are grown-ups. And even as grown-ups, it helps them so fucking much, Betty. And it helps you, right? Because it's so much easier to be real than be fake, right? I can only imagine those times where my mom was crying and telling me nothing was wrong, because I've done it to my daughter. But she's the truth, right? I can only imagine how hard it is to just keep going like that. And going. It's really hard. It's a lot easier to be real. It's just training yourself to be real in this fake world. I love my team. I love my family. I love my work. I love my friends. It's amazing to me how you clean up the inside of you and you really get some solids. Some can't be replaceables, I love the littles. They help so much. And if you watch some little kids, they naturally know how to ground. So if they're around somebody that's like yicky, they know how to do it. They know how to get it clear out. Learn from them. I will do anything I can do to help others. Anything, right? Even if it's someone I can't stand, I will do anything I can do to help them. However, I do have boundaries. So it comes a time where I'm like, okay, if I'm doing anything I can do to help you and you're not helping yourself, we have nothing to go off of here, right? It's up to you, just like it was up to me. I've had help in my life. I'm super thankful for it. That's why I'll always help, but it definitely is up to us. I have to ground in for my work. So grounding in, shadow work. Each client that I have normally brings me a shadow of mine, right? Mimics what I have going on in my life or in my body somehow. We have a lot in common that way. I am comfortable with my shadows, and it took me a really long time. And I'm sure that there's still going to be some that come up that I'm not so comfortable with, right? And, all the training that I've done, I'll just go through them how I need to. But as of right now, I'm comfortable with my shadows. I know what they are. Like, nobody can try to hurt me about my shadows because I face them, right? And that's the beautiful thing about life, is that the more that you start to love and face your own shadows in your own root, the secrets, right? The belief systems that keep you stuck, nobody can really use that against you. Like, for a long time, I was always afraid about doing energy work, being a minister, and what like people in the church would think, right? And I really had to sit with that, and it comes in so many ways, like people be like, oh, you married so-and-so, what religion are you? Oh, so you're a minister and you do energy work. Oh, what do you think God thinks about that? And it would, like, each question I'd be like, I don't know, I gotta figure it out. That's why I got saved 37,000 times. And then I found out I still have to save my own fucking self, right? I love you. I love you too. I am so thankful that the universe brought you to me too. Trust me. I just found True's little bracelet. I was cleaning out the little marker thing, and her little bracelet that you got her was in there. I'm comfortable with my fears. And that freaks people out a little bit, right? So when you get comfortable with your fears, people get nervous. Like when you get comfortable talking about sexual assault, right? Root work, belief systems, values, right? that freaks people the fuck out because they're like, what? I know my worth. Doing shadow work will really help you to know your worth. And that's why I talk about this so much, because if everybody out here knew their worth, we wouldn't have such a fucked up, crazy world. I don't fit into anyone's box. So if you come look at me and you think, oh, well, she's talking about this, she definitely does that, I probably don't, because I don't fit into the box. I build my own nest. That's what I call it, right? Because I change it and move it wherever I want, whenever I want, no explanations necessary. I just do what I want out here. I was never really good at somebody else telling me what to do. Change it how you see fit. I change my life as I see fit. One minute I might want to be doing this and put my all into it, then the next minute I might want to change and not do that, right? One minute I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna chill. Next minute I'm like, hold on, pay the bills, wash the car, do all the things, right? I know I don't have to explain myself to anybody out here. And that's a really good feeling, right? I bump my head to get clear in my head. Feeling much more clear these days compared to last summer. So whoever I have left on here, you guys want to talk a little bit about root work? We want to talk a little bit about what you do for your root. We are multifaceted beings. I'm like you. I don't fit in boxes, and I will rebel when people try and put me in them. Me too. Me too. Me too. And I'm quick to cuss somebody out in the name of love if they promote fear. I don't fuck with that. My job here is to spread love, and spreading love. When love comes up against fear, you know, you either nurture it to recycle it, or you kick it in the neck. You know, if you're out here trying to fit into a box, that's not root work. You know, if you're trying to be like me to get to the root, it doesn't really work. You know, if you're trying to follow me around to get high off my vibe, it doesn't really work. I keep myself really protected. When you do energy work, when you do work that works around people, you do have to keep your energy protected. That's a lot of root work. It's your own journey, yes. And I only share all this to let you guys know you don't have to be so spiritual that you're dead to be connected. I am God body all day. When I'm up, when I'm down, when I'm eating cheeseburgers, when I'm eating watermelon, anytime. You know, I love me a good cigarette. Yes. I love that, Betty. And I love you. Like, your authentic self. I mean, I never knew you before I knew you, right? But like, your authentic self is super fucking dope. Everybody's is. And I only learned that because I learned mine is. It doesn't look like yours, and that is the beauty of it. Yes. And I love that you know that. You knew that. You knew that right away, and I love that. I felt that from you right away. You know, just looking at comments. You know, we gotta multitask. We gotta learn how to multitask. It's not always easy. You know, everybody wants to work for themselves, but not a lot of people can multitask. One little thing happens and you're pissed for fucking 17 weeks. You know, when you work for yourself, I don't have time to be pissed for 17 weeks. I gotta ground in, figure it out, and get it out. I like to talk roots. I like to talk shadows. I like to talk about the fears, the programming, coming out of the boxes, right? So if you're coming out of your box, if you feel like you don't fit in, if you're working on your fears, if you're pulling them up close to you, give me a message. Send me a message. I love it. Even if anything, you can just pour it out to me and I'll just cheer you on. I love you because we're all connected. We really are all connected. And that's the thing. If you don't ground in, you can get really stuck in the chaos. For real. And I'm here to cheer you on that you can do it. Because you have to do it. You have to do the work. No one's going to come down and save us. Although it does look like somebody might be trying, it's still up to us. Yeah, I had so many fears. I lived in the box my dad put me in, but here I am doing the work. And bless it. You I had so many fears too, and I still have so many. I just changed a plan today. And that's the thing about flowing, right? In root work is we don't do root work so we can stay stuck to the plan, right? We do root work so we can flow when change happens, right? So just a week ago, I went to go see my dad, and it's hard. It's bittersweet. He's going through a lot. He has pancreatic cancer. I love him. I love his attitude about it. I love his strength about it. I got to see where I get a lot of the stuff in me, right? And I was originally going to have True finish out softball and then go see her dad. And when I was flying home, there was just this tug inside of me, like, send her for the whole time. Let her get as much time with her dad as she can. Now, that was the love inside of me, because the human part of me did not want to send my baby away for 2 months, right? So I had to love that up. So in loving that up, I'm like, okay, well, I'll be able to do a lot of things, and I'll have a lot of free time. And, being a parent's just not only my job, right? Her dad has a job in this too. Sure, he misses her. Like, if I'm going to miss her for 2 months, I'm sure he's missed her, right? So I changed the plan, and shadow work looks a little something like this. I changed the plan. I made the announcement. I called everybody. We had the communications about it. I took a shower and I went in my room and I cried my fucking head off. What am I going to do without my baby? Right? So every year I have a word or words that I cling to for the year. One year it was grace. This year is be brave. Yes. I always try to think of a word too, Betty, and I have a good one. I'll have to look at my notebook. I forget it. I forget it already. My word comes back to me. This is February 2nd. I'm talking about words. I don't really know what my word was. I forget. I flip around a lot. See, you were being brave and doing that for True. Yes, for sure. Because when I was a kid, I missed out on that, right? So, taking action in my life is being inspired by my daughter and my dad being sick and the strangest things, right? So, there's good things that come from bad things. There's inspiration that comes from really hard times, and only whenever you go into your shadow can you really understand that, right? Not everybody can understand that. That's why I'm very genuine but very raw, and a lot of people cannot really fuck with me. They can't really have conversations with me, and I know that it's because they don't do very much shadow work, and I'm fine with it. I just send them love, and I try to keep them as protected as I can and put love all around them, right? Love smothers out all the fears. I love us because we're all connected. Do something fun for today. 5/28 is my favorite day ever. And two of my favorites' birthdays are today. I'm there, sis. I know you're there. I know you're there. And I knew I had to go figure that you would be on here, right? Root work's hard. And, finally people are starting to understand me. I don't think I'm better than any fucking buddy out here. I work hard for this. This notebook, this is just from February 2nd. I go deep, I study things like a whole nerd. I just got to Alaska last night, so I'm here with my grandbabies. Yes, I love that for you. Do you guys get to see the whales? I really want to go to Alaska and see the whales one day. So bad. Maybe I'll have to make some time when you're there with the grandbabies. I love that. Getting your roots all together makes our time with our families so much richer. The more root work that I do, the more I love my fucking family. The more I love the pain that I come from, right? Because that pain that I come from made me strong as fuck. I see the generational trauma in my grandbabies and my daughter, so I'm here to work in the name of love. And I'm sending you guys so much love. When I went to go see my dad, I saw a lot of that too, sis. And, I came home exhausted. We see the beluga whales in the fall. Okay, so it's fall. I'm sending so much love. You know, this generational trauma is so fucking real. You know, I have an aunt that I never met, and we got to talk a little bit about what I do. It's hard, you know, introducing yourself to your family member that never met you, and you're fucking weird. I'm like, all right, well, I don't fit into a box, but I'm good people. She didn't really like me at first, or maybe trust me, right? 15 years ago, I was super excited, and I called her, and she was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything for you. I was like, oh, shit. I wasn't looking for that. But then she got to be around me and see, like, that I do. I look like my grandma. I look like my great-grandma, right? I remind her of them, my strength. My son is in Seattle, is also struggling. So, yeah, I was working there, too, and it's exhausting. It is, sis. And, you know, when you're doing this work, just keep grounding in. That's what's going to fill you up. You know that already. Hello, love. But Betty, I'm so glad you're doing it, because it's going to make everything inside you feel so much better. You know, we work with them, and that helps us. You know how it works. It's been a season, sis. All of my kiddos are in the thick of it. Yeah. I mean, it's been a season for me. Like, I've been in the thick of it. You know, I'm like, fuck, I teach this. Like, when do I get out of the thick? You know, that's like people say, like, well, when am I done healing? I'm like, I don't know. My thing is, if you can figure out how these sheets will wash themselves and this laundry will wash itself, I think we made it. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm sending so much love to you, Betty, your son, your daughters, your grandbabies. I didn't miss any of us. It heals my heart as I love and nurture them. It sure does. Your heart, your root. For sure, them, the kids, it unfolds and infolds. That's why I love this work. You know, people are like, oh my gosh, I want to help my parents. If you want to help your parents, go inside. 311, as I say that. If you want to help your kids, go inside. You know, bust it open. Have really good communications with them. Get real. Get vulnerable. It takes a lot of realness and a lot of vulnerability to just get in with them shadows. Help yourself first. It's the thing. It's the airplane thing. You know, don't put on your mask. Don't put on your kid's mask before you put on you. You have to put on you first, so you can fill yourself up, so you have enough energy to help. You can't give what you don't even have for you. You can't. And that goes with family and kids and relationships and all of the things, work. You gotta fill you up. No one's gonna come do it for you. You know, it's a lot different than the way our ancestors were taught to fit in, right? What I'm learning is love and God and healing and all this is way different than what everybody says. And I only learned it inside of me. Attracting who I needed on this journey, right? I love you. I really do. I know it's hard out here. I know on a day like today, it's really hard out here. The root, you know, the belief systems are coming up. How you connect is coming up. What you care about, others thinking about how you connect is coming up. I love us. Got this. If you want to talk root work, shadow work, anything like that, hit me up. I love us because we're all connected. One love.